Morning Sunshine's brand new video here in which we're going to discuss some possible progress on deciphering what the new Pokemon Scarlet Violet gimmick is going to be. And as you guys have known or may have known from watching my previous videos, we seem to be speculating that it's going to do something to do with type changes in Pokemon, okay? So we're going to be able to change or maybe have an additional type to the Pokemon. But I'm going to show you guys the leaks information, the progress on those leaks, and some other information regarding the legendary mascots for the new games coming, which we will get into. It's of course going to involve a lot of spoilers. If you guys want to avoid spoilers, get out, and I'll see you in the next video perhaps. But anyway, if you guys do want to stick around, we're going to have a look at all that stuff, and I'm going to show you the proof. I'm going to tell you my expertise, what's the credible stuff, what's not, and whatever. Okay, so actually I'm going to mostly focus on credible stuff and really good guesses. So let's have a look at this stuff now. So guys, it all comes back to the original trailer which we had, which showed this, a very interesting piece inside the city, which is all around this. It's just massive, as you can see from the scale of the carts in the picture, as well as just the general open ground. But one thing that caught everyone's eye right off the bat was the typings, right? The different typings circling the entire thing all the way around like this. And then there's like a mysterious kind of multicolored rainbow Pokeball in the middle. Now guys, rainbows are a big feature in this game, and as you guys know, rainbows blend. If you have two colors which are often representing different typings in the game, in the game with the rainbow, that's a rainbow game, they blend. All right, they blend. So this is going to be an exciting little theme that we can look further into in Pokemon Scarlet Violet, and this ball also is definitely eye-catching. Many mixing of colors in there, but there's a very, very important thing that was just picked up about this circle, okay? About what's going on with these typings and the entire shape and so on. We're gonna have a look at that right now. That's the color wheel, folks, okay? Color wheels. Let's have a look. So this is something that Eclipse pointed out and said that, okay, well, it was something we learned in primary school when we were children and of course have long since forgotten, and we can see how comparing or matching different colors together will give us a different color again. And that's a big theory, big progress on the theory for what's going to happen with the typings. And we'll get into exactly what's happening with the typings in a sec, okay? Anyway, this is it. This is the color wheel. Okay, you can see the mixes here. It's got like everything. If you want to go through it, guys, you got mixed black, white with any color to get any shades, tints, and tones. You can do this. So black and red will get you this, right? Purple and red will get you this. Red and blue will get you purple, right? So on and so forth. Okay, so we only really have to focus on how that works. So let's say yellow and red. Yellow and red will give us orange, okay? And that's right there, right? So you can have a look at that, I guess. You go in between. The in-between color is this. A little bit more yellow, you'll get this. A little bit more red, you'll get this. And so on. So we can kind of look at this and say this is going to be very similar. So let's say I wanted to mix steel and grass. Is that right? No. Steel and, is that bug perhaps over there? Steel and bug, all right? Let's say I had a steel bug type. Does that exist? Yes, it does. Let's say that maybe I could do something with this wheel or something to get a fire type in there. Be able to use fire type moves perhaps, or be able to change a typing into fire type, or be able to add a fire typing to my Pokemon, for example. Now that's only if the color wheel system works exactly as I just showed it. However, it could very well work a little differently with different combinations leading to different results, okay? But it's quite a very solid guess, considering this is not the only instance that this picture showed up in the trailer. There was 2 cities at least with this similar thing going on, and I think that's one of the cool parts. So actually, Soul Silver actually pointed it out. Soul Silver actually mentioned that these areas that we have pictures of here are actually in fact different areas, some of them, at least more than one. So the pictures that I'm just showing here, this one and this one, is the same area at different angles, okay? But as you can see, these show, of course, the big wheel thing that we were looking at a second ago. If we look over here, we have a different staircase, right? This is a staircase with green and purple in the middle there, but you can also see the typings happening here again. There's fire and water, and if we go over here, you can see the stairway there. It's a different area, okay? It's a different place. There's no stairway in this angle. The stairway here is pure gray. There's no purple in the middle, no carpet or whatever. So it looks like this wheel or combination of typings going around the place are such a feature that is going to be prevalent around many different areas in the game. Again, another angle of the same place that we were looking at a second ago, and you can see the fire and water do go together, proving that this picture over here is in fact a different place. So with the same thing, sort of ground feature. Again, this is in fact a different area too, because if we were looking at those previous pictures, you saw buildings and an archway over here. And so we're here in a different city perhaps with another ground feature, which is obviously going to be a major gimmick in this game. To spice things up even more, the Spanish Pokemon Go official account tweeted this. And right on time, dude. With all the speculation of this color wheel stuff, they tweeted this for no apparent reason. Just with different things, and it's sort of a meme, but it's kind of a hint, maybe an accidental hint towards what we're going to be experiencing in the game, because maybe the Spanish Pokemon Go Twitter account isn't following what we're following. It isn't following our deciphering of leaks that we've been getting, and then speculation of pictures that have been happening, that we've officially been getting, and maybe that in the spirit of not following that, not knowing where our thinking is going, they decided to throw a teaser out without realizing people are actually going to be onto them, all right? Without realizing we have an idea what they might be doing here. And this is combining colors to get different colors, okay? So it's actually an extraordinary coincidence, but honestly, I don't think this is a coincidence at all. So I'm just saying, I mean, you guys can make of it what you will. Now, what am I talking about? Where's this all coming? What's the foundation of what I'm talking about? And why do I seem so confident that this is what the gimmick is going to be? Well, let's go back to the leaks, the Chinese leaks that we were looking at before, in case you missed those videos. And that's these right here. Now, these are leaks from the Chinese community that also gave us leaks for Pokemon Legends Arceus that were all correct. All of them were correct. Now, this is about Pokemon Scarlet Violet, and it's very loose. It's coming from translations of Chinese material from a Chinese Baidu, right? The Chinese social media site. And it gives us a fairly loose interpretation of a bunch of things, but there are some very good details in here too. And we're going to focus on two this time, not everything. And the two are going to be the gimmick and the legendaries, the mascot legendaries, okay? Because there's new information about that as well. So the new gimmick is right here, guys. This is it. The new gimmick is described as similar to job changing from Final Fantasy, but with types. Okay, so that makes sense. Now, what is job changing from Final Fantasy? Because I've actually never played a Final Fantasy game, so many of you guys might know, some of you guys will not, just like me. I looked it up. Basically, it's this. They have a gear sets system, okay? Now, of course, it's going to be similar, but with typings, not the exact same. So here we have a set of gear that you can register to a certain job, and if you had different gear, you can register that to a different job, and you'll be able to swap between them to change your job. Now, let's say it's something similar like that for Pokemon with different typings. Let's say you have a Pokemon who has open typing combinations, let's say Dragon and Steel, and I register the Dragon and Steel typing to a certain item, perhaps? Probably a held item, similar to like the previous games and gimmicks that require held items. So, like Megas and Z-moves, is it? And, okay, so that Pokemon's holding a set item, and that gives it Dragon Steel. Well, let's say I can get a different item and give it totally different typings, right? Maybe it's one typing that changes, maybe it's both, I don't know. But it's a possibility that that's how that works, because that's the only way I can imagine it working in Pokemon with typings, based off of what we already know with how the game has worked in the past. So, similar to job changing from Final Fantasy, but with typings. And the item may require you to make different items in combination to produce different typings. And very well could be that you do that, sort of like Ipecacuanha balls, or sort of like the item in the Isle of Armor DLC for Pokemon Sword and Shield, where you threw a bunch of items in the Cramomatic and you got a different item out, right? Something like that. Maybe you combine certain rare items to produce another held item that gives the Pokemon a secondary typing that's different from what it would normally have. That's a possibility, and that might be very well what this is all about, right? And this might be very well what's going on with the Pokeball here. Dude, I mean, listen, it is partially speculation, of course. We are getting into speculation here, but we are basing it off of factual leaks, right? Well, I call these factual because I place a lot of credibility in these leaks. A lot of these leaks coincide with something Riddler Coup has been posting, or a bunch of leaks that Riddler Coup has been posting. Now, Riddler Coup, for anyone who doesn't know, gets access on Chinese social media to these leaks and translates them from Chinese to English for us in the form of riddles, because he likes to just have a bit of fun. He posted a bunch of leaks for Pokemon Legends Arceus turned out to be true, and he has the similar sources for Scarlet Violet. So he hasn't posted much about the color wheel right now or yet, but he has posted about the box legendaries. This is a brand new tweet from today, and he says that they are leaking Titan boxes. Now this kind of coincides with what I just showed from the Pokemon Go Twitter. This is the Japanese Pokemon Masters X Twitter, and they are leaking Titan boxes. So what he means by that is they are leaking the box legendaries for Pokemon Scarlet Violet. Now we do know what the legendary typings for Pokemon Scarlet Violet are going to be, as well as the type of Pokemon that they're going to be. They're going to be dragons, and the typings of dragons they're going to be are these dragons: Fighting Dragon and Electric Dragon. Yes, that's according to these leaks right here. And this brings us to the second thing that we're supposed to be looking at here. That's the mascot legendaries, or Dragon Fighting and Dragon Electric. Now this is something that Riddler Coup did post about, and they actually included that here. So here they have the leaks of the so-called Titans, or the box legendaries, in which they showed this, which was Cynthia, who can actually get the Fighting Dragon Pokemon in this game by changing a costume or something like that. And here you also have, is it N? And he has the Electric Dragon type Pokemon too, okay? So these were supposed to be the hints. The Titan in the middle is actually the code name for Pokemon Scarlet Violet from a long time ago. As you guys should know, these games are developed well in advance. The code name is Titan, and we're probably going to be getting a special legendary on top of it, who knows, but that's the code name, okay? Titan. Now it's interesting that Cynthia gets a different Pokemon, the Dragon Fighting Pokemon, by changing her costume, because that's tying into what we were talking about here with changing your item, or in this, changing your actual costume in the Final Fantasy games to change your job. So in this case, change your typing, right? So it's kind of cool, kind of exciting. There's a lot of weird overlaps, a lot of weird coincidences here. And again, I did mention it ties in with this, because here we have a Pokemon Go account, possibly hinting towards the gimmick that's coming in Scarlet Violet. And then here we have Pokemon Masters official account, possibly hinting towards Pokemon Scarlet Violet content, right? So they're very interesting overlaps, very kind of cute, sneaky things that would fly really low under the radar for most people if we weren't really cracking down on this sort of information that we've been having access to. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. You can make of it what you will. We'll continue to cover things that I feel like are credible. We'll continue to cover exciting kind of progress on the information that we actually do know, as well as actual official news, of course. Guys, do appreciate you all watching this as well. Do drop a sub if you want to keep on top of all this exciting unfolding and unraveling of the mysteries of Pokemon Scarlet Violet a little bit before it comes out. And I'll see you guys around in the next video. Till then, guys, have a good one. Bye.